And just sort of looking ahead now and sort of looking back a little bit on the season that was and what a season it was as well, Liverpool have really sort of doubled down on that and sort of capitalised on it, if you like, because Liverpool Football Club has often sort of looked to strengthen from position to strength, and we've done that in a big way already this summer.
Yeah.
From your perspective, Ian, obviously you've been around the football club for a long time now, player, ambassador, and what have you. Do you think it's like just so positive to see the manager Arne Slot being backed in the market as he has been?
Yeah, I think you look at last season, we only signed one player, and everyone was complaining, we should be signing 3 or 4. We didn't need them. It's proved that we didn't need to. We won the league, and I think now I think people want to beat Liverpool now. We are the team to beat now, so you can't just say the same again. We need to improve as a squad. Not say as a squad, and to sign 4 or 5 players, and I think you got to give the owners credit here. I think if he wanted them last year, he would have got the money last year. He didn't need to. It proved to be right. This year we need to strengthen our squad, and that's what we're doing now. And I think I'm looking forward to it. And it's just one of them things where. I think players this time may play in different positions. No, not just the same position no more. I think he might play like right mid, or he might play this and that. So I think this is what Arne Slot is. He's looking about the opposition and saying we might play different, or he might play that even like right or left back, different than that. So I think it'll be intriguing to see how it goes.
Yeah, he's given himself that flexibility and that versatility, hasn't he? And we might see a little bit of that on this tour when we see the matches and what have you as well. I want to ask you, one of the new signings, of course, literally arrived with us yesterday in Hong Kong, walked out onto the pitch during open training as well. Hugo Ekitike come in as a number 9, of course, the goal scorer by trade, if you like, big fee. You obviously were a goal scorer number 9 very much. So in terms of the pressures in the round that to come to a football club like Liverpool with that big fee, do you think he'll be looking at that going, I need to perform here? There's a certain expectation.
Well, yeah, because it's Liverpool Football Club. The pressure's on straight from start. We're not like any other club. And that's what happens when you sign for Liverpool. And when I was playing, they just say you have a sink or swim. And I loved the pressure when I was playing. I had to prove. I want to prove I was that good, and that's what you got to do when you're playing for Liverpool. You got to prove. I met him last night. I shook his hand and all that, and I think he must have been surprised by the amount of supporters in the training session. And this is Liverpool, and you need to do that. I remember we were in Singapore when Kenny was manager, coming in, there was a training session there, there's about 15,000-20,000 there, and Andy Carroll's just signed, and he went, what's going on here? And Kenny said, this is Liverpool now, you have to do that. And that's the sort of thing what you have to live with when you're a Liverpool player.
Absolutely, you have to get used to that sort of that constant attention, the constant fan base. Let's talk a little bit more about the number 9 situation, because obviously, Darwin Nunes is in situ right now. Obviously, he didn't really have the season he might have wanted last time around. He's had a strong start to the summer already. Where do you stand on him right now in terms of like his future and stuff like that?
Well, I think he's been here 3 years now, hasn't he? I like him. I think he's a great player and all that. And sometimes when you're not playing regular, it maybe affects your farm. You need to say, you need a 10 game to prove you're doing. I don't know, but I think also I go back to I maybe not speak great English and all that, but I go back to me when I was in Italy. When I was in Italy, I couldn't speak Italian, but you think it doesn't matter. On the pitch, because you're playing football, you're on the pitch. But sometimes it does. When I was at Liverpool, I loved going in the banter in the dressing room. When I went at Juventus, it wasn't like Liverpool anyway. If I could speak Italian, it wasn't like Liverpool. But and it didn't seem to be, it didn't seem to may have affected me playing my performance for Juventus. I don't know, but you get to a stage where I'm saying after 6 months I could get by with Italian and all that, but get to a stage now where you go say I'm going to prove you wrong. And I think what Darwin has done now this season, he said you need to take your chance when you can. We got 2 games going here. I think it's 29 players. So you only may get like 20, 30, or maybe half a game. So you need to prove to manage it. I'm the man for that. And so far he's done that.
No, he has done, yeah, definitely. And that's my next question, really, in a way, because that main man element of being number 9, you know, you mentioned confidence there and getting that run of games and getting that rhythm, if you like, in the goal scoring. Like, how important do you think that is? Because there's a lot of speculation again around Darwin's future. Obviously, Hugo Ekitike's through the door now. There's even Alexander Isak speculation still going on. So that competition for places is one thing, but as the centre forward, how important do you think it is to have that clear, defined, I'm the guy?
Well, it's important. It depends on what system you play. You know, I think it's different systems you play, and like I go back to Juventus and all that. And when I was playing, I would close down. If you went and when I was playing for Liverpool, like the team would do with me.
The defender from the front thing,
and then Ken would close down, Sui, then Alan Hansen, we all as one thing. So when I was at Juventus, I would close down, I look back, and they were all in their own half. So I said to the manager, I said, listen, this is what I do at Liverpool, this is what we must do. And he said, well, it's much easier for one to adapt than 10 to adapt. You know, so I got to a stage where I was playing. I was waiting to the halfway line before it closed down, and it wasn't for me. The type of football wasn't for me. You know, even though I tried. So I think it's all down to what type of football the manager wants. You know, he wants that. This is the different options, and I'm sure next season in the Premier League, the formations will be different. You know, but if you need a number 9 against some. Maybe Darwin might do that, you know, but that comes down to the manager.
Yeah, be opposition dependent as well, as you touched on earlier on. Yeah, we need to talk about Mohamed Salah, of course. Another just outstanding season, continues to defy conventional wisdom. Records falling left, right and centre, not yours, that remains very much intact. But 2-year deal, agreed, of course, amazing news. I wanted to ask you, sort of, obviously the goals remain a constant with Mo. He's done that ever since you've had the football club, really. But the evolution of his game, the assists, they seem to be coming in bucket loads now as well. Just tell us just how impressive it is to watch somebody like that just get better and better, seemingly.
Yeah, I think the first half of last season it was his goals. I think the second half is more assist. You know, he's an incredible player. You know, and I was really happy he signed a 2-year contract. And for me, he's an incredible player. And I go back to when he got injured, and look at his physique now. He's not going to get injured anymore. He's got such a physique. Like he's going to be fantastic. And what I like about him as well. He's always looking to improve. He always wants to beat something. He always wants to do this, but he's also helping the younger players as well. I think that maybe that goes unnoticed, but he'll talk to younger ones. He's at that stage now where, okay, Dad, but if you want to be sort of maybe like me, this is what you've got to do. Like, and he's helping the younger ones. And you know, we were told, well, when I was playing, up to like 28, 29, 30, you work on your weaknesses. Over 30, you work on your strengths. And that's what I was told, and that's what we're doing. So, like when I got in the first team, you know, Kenny was helping me. No, then I was there. Then when Robbie Fowler came in, I was helping Robbie, and then it's part to do. And I think when you look at what Mo Salah's doing now, he's helping everyone else, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. And that's why it's important that we keep someone like Mo.